Welcome to North Carolina Wine TV. I'm your co-host Kit Bodner.
And I'm your other co-host Jeff Cohen, and we're here drinking North Carolina wine.
Happy Tuesday, everybody.
It is Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, and we have some pink wine. Raise your hands if you like the pink wine.
I think this is a light red wine.
I'm going to classify this as pink.
You're calling it pink?
Definitely pink. It's a dark pink, don't get me wrong, but it's pink. Pink wine fans, raise your hands. Okay, Jeff, what are we drinking?
We are drinking Old North State Autumn Leaf Red.
Okay, what the hell is it?
What is it? Well, it's a blend of Malbec and Cabernet Sauvignon, and it says that it's been sweetened.
Okay, interesting. Sweetened. Malbec and Cabernet.
Yeah.
How much is this lovely bottle of wine?
It's a $10 bottle of wine.
$10 bottle of wine. Anything about the packaging here we want to talk about?
Actually, I like this
I do
style
kind of like
label.
this label.
Yeah, they actually have a line where they have three different, a red, a rosé, and a white, and this leaf actually changes colors in the packaging, so it's pretty nice.
It's pretty good. It has a sweet to dry meter on the back, and it's like halfway between sweet to dry. So this should be what most people refer to as an off-dry wine. Slightly sweet, but not dry, not too sweet. So we are going to get straight to it today on this Tuesday. We hope everybody's having an awesome day.
Yeah.
Leave us comments below if you have any feedback, any questions for us. Check us out, Facebook, Twitter, all the fun stuff over here in the sidebar.
And just one thing about Old North State Winery, who provided this wine to us. They're located in Mount Airy, North Carolina.
That is true.
Where they grow a whole lot of their grapes, but they also have an organic farm down in eastern North Carolina.
Don't they have a brewery too? I feel like they make beer too.
I think they do.
They're jack of all trades there,
Yeah.
Old North State. But what we're specializing at right now is sniffing wine. All right. This is pretty rosé-esque on the nose.
It is.
This is a light red wine. No, dude, it smells
Hey,
like
I
a
don't talk
rosé. Distinct and clear watermelon. Watermelon and watermelon peel. Rind action happening there. And some red raspberry.
Yeah,
Red raspberry and watermelon rind. That's kind of it. Anything? You get anything else?
I am getting a little bit of sweetness.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's not overwhelming.
Right.
Let's see, I'm trying to think. A little kind of dustiness too, like kind of like a clay dust. You know, just kind of a light, dirty, musky smell, just faintly.
Okay.
But that's in there. But it's predominantly red raspberry watermelon rind. That is what we're rocking. Let's give this a try.
And we're trying this today chilled.
Slightly chilled.
Yep.
Said chilled or room temperature, but we're going to go slightly chilled.
Yeah.
Slightly sweet, but not very sweet. It's an interesting finish on this one. So it starts out actually sweet on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, it really does.
With some big, like, kind of artificial strawberry Jolly Rancher action.
Yeah, my initial taste was like, oh no,
it's really
what is
sweet.
it? Right.
What is this? This
That's
is
right.
really
What
sweet.
is this? What are they making here?
But the second half is pretty dry. It finishes relatively clean.
Yeah.
This wine is very strange to me. I'm also getting some distinct like butteriness. And like after the sweet kind of melts away, when it's transitioning into the finish, there's like a rich, heavy butteriness that is quite uncharacteristic of rosé, I guess I would say.
And what I'm getting kind of in that same place is almost a bitter dryness.
Yeah. Slightly bitter on the back end.
Yeah.
So rivaling the strawberry Jolly Rancher is now raspberry Kool-Aid. It's kind of like Kool-Aid-esque too on the front end. It's kind of a strange wine.
It is.
It's meant to be a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
It is. The finish kind of throws that off a little bit.
And I think it's one of those, I'd almost call it an ultra clean finish.
Yeah.
In that it just
stops.
Right. It just completely goes away.
It's like
right.
composer stop.
Done.
Instant.
Yeah.
That being said, it does have some deliciousness to it. I mean, some parts of this wine are tasty. You know, strawberries, raspberries, they taste good.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoy that about it.
And that seems to go away very quickly too.
The strawberry raspberry?
Yeah.
It is right very front forward,
Yeah.
and then really goes
Yeah.
away. This is really strange.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, from a rating standpoint, it's a wine that a lot of people are gonna like.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a fan of off-dry wines, this isn't a bad one.
Right.
I've had better off-dry wines. Skull Camp Confusion,
Right.
West Bend Riesling. There's much better dry rosés and white wines from North Carolina, but it's not a bad wine. What do you think?
Yeah, it's. Are we to the ratings point?
We're pretty
Pretty
much
close.
there. Yeah.
There are things I like about it. I think there's too sharp of a contrast between what I'd call the sweet and the dry, or almost the sweet.
It doesn't
and the bitter.
transition well, does
Right.
it? The mid palate is kind of jacked.
Right. It goes from sweet to bitter / dry to gone.
Yeah. That's a very very succinct description of this wine. Flavors aside, that's how it progresses. So
Right.
I would agree with that. So what do you rate this?
What do I rate it? I'm probably in the 2 to 2.5 range.
I think this is probably sets right at a 2.5 because it is tasty, but it's kind of average.
Yeah.
But I mean the price
Right.
But we've had a lot of average wines that were like $18. This comes in at 10. So for the price point for a dry rosé, and they have a pretty wide distribution. So if you want to drink a North Carolina rosé for $10, this is definitely not a bad option.
Right.
But especially if you live in the Yadkin Valley area and you have access to some other off-dry wines, I would probably recommend those. You know, the Skull Camp Confusion for $13 is a much better wine than this for $10. But it's kind of what your preference is. But I think that closes out today's show.
Yeah, I think so.
Leave us comments. Do you like pink wine? Leave it below.
Or do you like light red wine?
Do you think light red wine doesn't exist? Leave it below. Okay.
Here's to the Old North State.